And what about serial meal skipper Modasser?
So tell me what's different now about your diet. What are you eating that you weren't before?
Straight away, the snacking bit, because I never used to snack before, slowly started to increase my meal portions.
I suppose the key question, really, though, is how do you feel now? Do you feel different? Do you feel better?
Definitely. I think compared to before, I feel more hyper.
Good, right.
Generally, I feel more healthier as well. I feel good about myself.
Before Dr. Christian reveals their results, it's time for Modasser and James to meet again.
Looking well.
Yeah.
Looking well. Putting a bit of weight on.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's a good start. I reckon you lost a bit.
I hope I have.
Well, guys, what can I say to you both? The thing that strikes me most about you two, actually, is not necessarily any weight changes, is that you both look much healthier. Your sort of skin looks better and you look brighter. So, Vanessa, I'm going to put you out of your misery straight away and tell you you've put on a whopping 8 pounds. Are you pleased with that?
I'm well impressed with that, yeah.
So that was a fantastic effort. James, you've got a lot to live up to now, hey? No pressure. There's a reason why your trousers are slipping, and that is because you have lost 4 inches around your middle and 1 stone, 8 pounds in weight in total. Pleased?
Very pleased.
You should be.
Yeah.
You absolutely should be.
I'm really happy about the weight. I didn't think it was going to be as much. I thought I probably would have lost about half a stone. It's definitely made it all worth it.
Hearing how much I have actually gained is actually... well, I'm actually impressed with myself. There's no way coming this far that I'm going to allow myself to slip back.
Coming up, we'll be catching up with Modasser and James to see if they've managed to stick to their diet plans 1 year on.
Life's so good at the moment. I'd never go back to the way I was.
And we revisit Superskinny Ami, who weighed just 7 stone 10 when she checked into the feeding clinic.
When I look in the mirror, I always feel the same way, you know, just a little girl.
One year ago, Supersize James and Superskinny Modasser checked into the feeding clinic, and now it's time to see if they've managed to ditch their disastrous diets for good. Since leaving the clinic, Superskinny Modasser's a changed man.
I feel really good within myself. I can't believe how little I used to actually eat. My appetite has grown drastically. I'll have a large breakfast. A couple of hours in, I'm starving. So I have to kind of like have additional snacks. And then by the time it comes to lunchtime, I'm ready for it. And then a few hours in, I can't wait to get home because I'm actually feeling starving. It's like sometimes I feel my stomach's in a knot.
Only a year ago, Modasser was eating a minuscule 1,300 calories a day, the equivalent of a 3-year-old child's diet. Once disinterested in food, now it's become a focus.
Even with milk, I used to kind of like just go for the semi-skimmed, but now I tend to like make it a focus just to go for the full fat milk as well. The fridge is a lot more fuller now. On a daily basis, I think, what do I want to eat? I look forward to cooking my meals. With my portion sizes, they've really drastically increased. I mean, looking back at it now, in the evenings, I would probably eat child-sized portion. I would easily say that has tripled. So it's a big improvement.
And all this extra food is paying off, with Modasser now weighing in at a much healthier 9 stone 3, almost a whole stone heavier than he was at the start.
It's a big change from where I was to where I am now. I do want to put on maybe a stone and a half more. So that's my next goal, but I'm on the right path. I feel really good within myself. I feel more alive than what I was before. It's like gone from 0 to 100. That's how much of a drastic change it feels to me.
And Supersize James has changed more than just his attitude towards food.
I knew I had to turn things around for myself and my family. I just wanted a better life for all of us. So we moved out of London, moved down to South Coast.
In fact, James and his wife now run a hotel in Bognor Regis.
Fish and chips.
Which has brought its own challenges.
Burger and chips. Curry and chips. Working in the hotel, there's a lot of temptation there, and I did start eating big portions, and I didn't want to go that way again.
But despite all of this, James has kept up the healthy eating.
I've cut my portion size down to a normal person size now. I actually eat the same size food as my wife. I've cut out all fatty foods now. I eat very high protein foods and I feel a lot better for it. I've actually learned that it does take time for my stomach to send a signal to my brain to say that I'm full.
And all of this healthy eating has given James a new lust for life.
My energy levels have gone through the roof. I go to the gym 4 times a week now, I go play golf, and I don't feel tired all the time like I used to. The biggest change I've seen is my waist. It's gone from a 52-inch down to a 40-inch. I'm so proud of myself. Life's so good at the moment, I'd never go back to the way I was.
Their time in the feeding clinic forced James and Modasser to change their ways for good. But what about super skinny vegetarian Amy Walsh? This student juggles a packed college course with a part-time job.
I lead quite a busy lifestyle. Just missing a meal, I don't even notice when I do that anymore. Convenience is more important than what I'm eating, I guess. So it's very, very easy for me to just grab a pizza out of the fridge and whack it in the oven.
Amy's failure to understand that eating regularly is essential has become a concern to her family.
I see her sometimes and she's shaking and she's like, no, I'm fine. It's like, please, Amy, can you eat something? She's like, no, I'm fine, I'll be fine. So it's horrible to even look at Amy sometimes because she's so thin, and I can't stand her looking like that anymore because I feel like it's hurting her.
Amy is topping up the energy she's not getting from her tiny diet by always having a bottle of something fizzy to hand.
I find that unless I have a glass of cola, I don't have any energy for the day. A lot of the time I am replacing my meals with bottles of cola.
Amy knows where she's going wrong and hates the effect it's had on her body.
When I look in the mirror, I feel my body hasn't developed the way it should have, and I always feel the same way, you know, just a little girl.
Well, if anyone can help Amy make the right changes, it's Dr. Christian. Time to check into the feeding clinic.
Your diet is pretty spectacularly limited, isn't it?
Yeah,
Tell me what's going on.
Definitely. I'm quite a fussy eater, I must say, and pretty much since I was a very little girl, I've been very particular about what I like to eat and what I don't like to eat.
You think that was the start, then, of
Definitely the start of my downfall.
OK.
And at 15, a tragic loss triggered a dramatic downward spiral in Amy's weight.
My dad passed away after being in hospital for 4 months. And that was a really, really traumatic time for me. And throughout this time, though, he was dropping weight. And then I had this concoction in my head that if I was smaller than him, then he wouldn't be so ashamed of himself and he'd be better. When my dad passed away, I realised that everything I had done was pointless, more than pointless. I'd completely destroyed myself over an irrational thought that didn't make any sense.
The fact Amy knows what's prompted her not to eat properly is a strong start. Joining Amy in the feeding clinic is another Amy, Supersize Amy Green. At 5'8", a healthy weight for her would be between 9.5 and 12 stone. She actually weighs in at a staggering 20 stone, 8 pounds.
How do you feel about your weight now?
Oh, I think it's disgusting. I hate how much I weigh.
And therefore, why haven't you changed anything?
I've tried. It's a really bad habit that I can't break.
In the tale of two Amys, they may share the same name, but they certainly don't share the same diets. It's time Superskinny met Supersize.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Amy.
So am I.
Oh, wow, that's incredible.
Oh my God, how little are you? 54 round the waist I was.
Well, I'm 24 around mine.
God.
Yeah. Having Amy tell me her measurements and hearing that they were a lot of the time double the size of mine made me think, gosh, is Amy, 2 people, or am I half a person,
Now that the two Amys have met, it's time for them to come face to face with what they eat and to see what lies ahead in their diet swap.
So, Amy, we're going to start with you, and we're going to start with breakfasts. What on earth is that?
That is a chocolate bar.
That is a chocolate bar. Any other breakfast to come?
That is all my breakfast.
Do you think it gets a bit better at lunchtime?
Cereal?
That's more cereal.
So that's the breakfast that you should have had?
Yeah.
We've done all of breakfasts and we've done all of lunches for an entire week. Is this lady's a vegetarian? Perhaps dinner time is a great festival of fresh fruit and vegetables, is it? A slice of pizza. A slice of pizza.
And not forgetting Amy's favourite fizzy drinks.
You get through an average of about 2 litres of cola a day. Nothing nutritious, nothing that will make you grow, heal, repair. Pitiful, isn't it?
It really is.
An active teenager, Amy should be consuming around 2,000 calories a day, but her restrictive diet only contains an average 1,700 calories. 500 of those come from her love of fizzy diet drinks.
So, Amy, your turn. Are you ready for this? Breakfast for you first. I thought I said breakfast.
I eat leftovers from the night before a lot of the time for breakfast.
That's more than I would buy if I was going to a takeaway.
Good, tell her, don't tell me, tell her.
Not only does Amy indulge in takeaways for breakfast, but also for lunch and for dinner.
That looks like Chinese takeaway.
That is.
Yeah, drinks?
I drink a lot of cola. It's disgusting.
You both are complete cola junkies. There is absolutely no point in me swapping you drink for drink, is there? I'm putting down a rule right now.